Hello guys, it is me, Kylie. Welcome back for an updated current household of the Chesters. Okay guys, so this is going to be a bunch of screenshots, but tomorrow there's going to be posted a day in the life of, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you have notifications turned on for the channel. So Candy has become a stay-at-home mum to Kim at this point. Shari and Duke met up at the local area to play chess to talk about how Ryland is going to integrate back into Shari's household, just everything like that, because obviously it's coming to the second, the end of the second week on the holidays. Shari really misses Ryland at this point. She's really missing him. She's been walking past Duke and Candy's house and hoping that, he'll come out and see her. Candy has actually been looking on the Sims web to try and find ways that she can improve her appearance, change it up a little bit. Duke's been working long hours. He's been working 50 hours a week and he's been doing a lot of overtime. So Candy has pretty much been the one to look after Ryland in the holidays. And although Duke left that responsibility for Candy, I don't condone that at all. Duke should have been taking more responsibility for Ryland. Candy has been feeling really stressed because of the baby. Kim will just not settle down. Ryland just wants to go to the park all the time. She can't win, sort of thing. So she's actually put a dating ad up on the local Sims web and Connor responded. Very interesting. So they went out on a little date. They went back to the house and Ryland saw it all, giving roses and kisses. And Ryland's like, why are you doing this to my dad? And of course, Ryland is so smart. He has a level 10 of the creative skill. He's level 9 in the social skill. He knows everything. So pretty much, cut a long story short, they end up seeing each other behind Duke's back for a while. I'm only talking probably about a week at this point. And Ryland's almost due to go home, so Shari rocks up, and the baby, she can hear the baby crying, like some baby, like, what, okay. Must be Kim crying, Ryland's sister. And so she goes upstairs to try and, see where everybody is. There's nobody in sight. And of course, she goes downstairs and she manages to go out in the backyard. And Ryland's just standing there in the backyard, just really grubby. He hasn't had a shower, it feels like for the last 2 weeks. He's hungry and he's just so tired because of obviously Kim. And she's like, where the hell is Duke? And Candy's like, he's at work, he's got some responsibilities. And Shari's like, but your baby's crying. And of course, things turn really nasty between the two of them. She's like, I am taking my son Ryland home, so can you please tell Duke that until he learns to take some responsibility, I'm not letting him see Ryland for a wee while. And of course, Candy gets really defensive, and because she's like, well, here's the thing. Duke had to leave to go to work, and pretty much Ryland is under my care, and you're not taking him. And Shari gets really pissed off at this point because she's like, I am Ryland's mother. You think that you're going to throw drinks at me and insult me in the public in front of my own son? And who the hell do you think you are? And she's like, for your information, I'm Candy, and I am Duke's fiance. And she's like, whatever, you aren't even engaged. Where's your ring? And she's like, excuse me, don't speak to me like that just because you lost the love of your life. And they end up getting into a big fight just because of Duke, because Shari will always have that bond with Duke. She will always be soulmates with Duke. There's nothing's ever going to change that. She loves Duke and she will to the day she dies. And it's not that she loves Duke, but she always has that bond with him and that attachment. You know what I mean? So things get pretty heated. She ends up losing the fight pretty much, and Duke ends up coming home. Ryland's gone, and he's like, where's Ryland gone? Like, he's not even in the bedroom. He's not downstairs. He's not out in the backyard. He's nowhere, you guys. So he goes into Candy, who's asleep in the bed, and he's like, where's Ryland, Candy? Candy, where's Ryland? And he's really stressed out at this point. Candy's like, look, he had to go home. Shari just rocked up and took him. And he's like, how do you not take responsibility of freaking my son? I am really pissed off at you right now, Candy. And I mean, they're both in the wrong here in this situation. So they end up, just talking about it, making out, and they end up having a woohoo just to try and cover things over. And of course, they're back to how they used to be, with Duke going to work, Candy being so stressed out, seeing Connor. A few weeks later, Candy actually ends up throwing up. She ends up really sick. She wakes up really early in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and the baby's crying again, and it's just so nuts, so nuts. So Candy's like, oh my gosh, we're pregnant, babe. And Duke's like so excited because he's like, oh my goodness, if this is a boy, I am going to be so excited. Yay, sort of thing. So turns out that Connor keeps coming over during the day. Now, Duke's got the day off the next day, so he's kind of just ringing up, seeing how Ryland is, and she's like, look, rah, 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 rah. She has it out on the phone with Duke, and they arrange to kind of integrate slowly back into Ryland with Duke, just slowly. Not in the next couple of months, but just very slowly, gradually. At this point, Duke kind of knows that Candy has got a really best friend called Connor, but he doesn't really know of the affair. And so Candy's outside like, oh my God, babe, we're pregnant. To Connor, I know. Even though when she's told Duke that it's Duke's baby. So it's like, such a liar. So anyway, they end up making out in the yard. Duke's inside with Kim because she's actually a child now. She's got long black hair like her father and her facial features of her mother. Candy has changed up her appearance completely. She's gone completely just way different than she ever has before. She's got brunette hair, she likes pink, and obviously Kim, you can see, has aged up. She's so cute, she's adorable. But until one day things really change. Things change more than how they ever have been in this dynamic of this part of the Currrent household. So Duke and Candy are trying to repair their relationship for a while, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work because Duke is starting to get very jealous of Connor coming over and going out with Connor at nights and stuff, until one day he actually walks in on them in the bed doing a woohoo. Kim is actually in the house, which makes Duke even more frustrated and angry. I know that this is the same screenshot that you saw before, but I didn't take one. But pretty much he's saying, Candy, what the F? Get the F out of my house, and you're not taking the children. At this stage, she is actually pregnant with supposedly Duke's baby, okay? So she gives birth, she ends up moving out, Duke kicks her out, and she has a baby boy named Rodney. Now, Duke has no idea that it's not his child, it's actually Connor's baby. Over at the Bannister boys' household, this is where Judd and Brantley live, Lillian's husband, and Judd is now engaged to this lovely lady here, and they've got two beautiful twins now, two boys. Now, Lillian got pregnant. She was absolutely really happy. She did not expect it at all. She actually fell pregnant to Brantley, and at this stage they are engaged, and I'll put some screenshots in a bit later on. But yeah, they got engaged, and she fell pregnant. She actually had a really hard pregnancy, very sick, very, very, very risky pregnancy. They didn't think that she was going to pull through, but she did. She pulled through, and she gave birth to a beautiful young boy named Pedro Bannister, and he's just the most sweetest little shy kid ever. He's a very, very sweet, down-to-earth kid, really takes after his father, and really has the personality of Shari, and more so he's got Charles's personality, which is Lillian's other son. And yeah, he's just very shy, and he's an introverted little kid. He's so cute. And yeah, so they go to the beach together and they spend time together, and Lillian is so in love with her little baby boy Pedro, and of course Brantley. But this little boy means everything to her. Ever since she lost Shari, she's never really been able to forgive herself for staying with Owen for so long, because after all, Owen's who drove Shari out of the house, right? So here they are with their engagement pictures. He gave her this beautiful, beautiful diamond ring. Freaking so expensive, but obviously Lillian is a patron of the arts. Judd is in the detective career, so, well, he's a chief or something like that in the police career, detective, whatever. And yeah, so they're very well off, and of course, this is Pedro. This is Lillian's little boy. He is a grade C student right now. He's really struggling with his maths and English homework, but he's doing pretty well. He's a very shy kid. He doesn't really know many people, but he's getting there, you know? So as I said before, this is Judd, and this is his fiancée. I forgot her name, and I'm really, really gutted. But you guys will see in the Currrent household in time to come. She's absolutely freaking flawless. Now, guys, over to Shari and Ryland. I know you've been very excited to hear about what's happening with her. So pretty much Shari got a phone call that really devastated her. Her best friend Eliza Pancakes had passed away. Now, Eliza had been in and out of the hospital over the last 3 or 4 months, and she actually all of a sudden passed away in her sleep, and it was very tragic, very, very tragic for Shari. But cut a long story short, the doctor that actually saw Eliza, Dr. Buckner. This is, what's his name? Oh my goodness, I'm really, really, really gutted that I don't know his name. But Dr. Buckner actually and Shari kind of clicked. And he was a new doctor to town. He, about 10 years ago, split up from his wife, and he has a daughter named, I think it's... I don't know her name. I know the ex-wife's name is Harmony. But anyway, I will include a screenshot of her later on. They actually, hated it. Well, they didn't hate each other, but they disliked each other at the start. Their personalities clashed. And they actually fell head over heels when he asked her out on a date just for a coffee. Nothing in terms of, hey, let's get together sort of thing. It was just more to kind of catch up and how things are going. And then soon after, Ryland became a patient of Dr. Buckner. He was a very, very well-off doctor, and he came to Willow Creek. He lives on the outskirts in the countryside, and Shari had to take Ryland to the 24-hour doctor, and Dr. Buckner was there, and that's pretty much how they started getting talking, guys. They ended up having a bit of a woohoo, and obviously this is, months in time when they're kind of seeing each other and stuff. It's so cute. They're adorable together. Oh, that's what his name is. His name is Rick. So this is Rick Buckner that Shari is now dating officially. Now, cut a long story short, she actually fell pregnant. She was really, really sick, and she thought it was a tummy bug because Ryland was sick as well. So she thought, maybe I'm kind of catching Ryland's tummy bug, but this doesn't match up. This does not match up. So a little while passed again. She was pregnant. It was confirmed that she was pregnant, and there was just a single rose left out on her doorstep one morning. She was like, this is confusing, Rick. So she texted Rick and said, thank you so much for the flowers, baby. Thank you so much for the flower. And he's like, what flower? And she was like, oh, no, it's all good. Don't worry. It's just something that I thought you'd left. So Rick's kind of like, okay, this is weird. Something's going on here. So he didn't really think much of it, really. And nobody knows who that flower was from. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. As you can see, it's in the background there. And Rick's kind of like, who's the flower from? And she's like, I don't know, babe. I thought it was from you. And he's like, no. She's like, oh, it must have been just, someone that mistaken the house for someone else. And he's like, oh, okay. So they haven't really thought about it. And I can tell you guys who it was right now. It was Duke Rankin. He went around to the house to try and patch things over with Shari, and when Ryland came to stay, he felt bad because he wasn't there for Ryland, and he felt really bad. So he left a single rose, and on that rose he said, "Hi Shari, it's Duke. I need to talk." And pretty much in this time, Ryland's kind of just like, where's Dad? I want to see Daddy again. And he's really, really concerned about his dad because he knows that Candy was very unfaithful to Dad. Shari tried to explain when she found out the news from Duke, and Shari does know that Duke's single, so she's kind of been like, I think that rose was from Duke. And she can't confirm nor deny it was from Duke, but I'm telling you guys right now, it was from Duke Rankin, and they weren't there because they were at Dr. Buckner's house for the day, so she wasn't actually home when he left the rose. All right, guys, so this little picture here is of Rick Buckner's ex-wife. Now, there is more to her than it seems. There is more to Rick than I am guessing. He has a past, and I cannot wait to actually, let you guys in on that, but let's just continue on through what has happened. So Shari met her mother one night. She was out for a jog, and she happened to bump straight into her mother. So now they're speaking, you guys, which is awesome. Yay! And they've got a lot of time to catch up and stuff now that she's got more time and stuff. So yay, the Chester Manor. All right, so this is the girl that's with Owen now. Obviously, they're dating. Owen and what is her name? Oh my goodness. Well, anyway, this chick here. They're dating, and yeah, do I say more? She's actually kind of growing, this kind of concern because Owen's starting to get really, controlling, but the girl's really, I forgot her name, I feel bad for calling her the girl, but yeah, she's kind of very stubborn herself, so she's, standing her ground, but, Owen's trying to manipulate her. Oh, Charles isn't doing well at school. He's actually, dropped a few grades. And this chick here is up to something. I freaking know she's up to something. She is just trouble. I know she is. I just don't know what she's actually doing right now, but she's up to something and I need to figure it out because, yeah. I think that this is, I forgot her first name, but it's Detective Todd. So Detective Todd is up to something, which is who's dating Owen. Charles has dropped a few grades. He's not speaking to his mother. He's hardly speaking to his father, which is making Owen on edge because someone has to take over the Chester manor. As for Shari, she's so bloody confused about who left that rose. She has concerns that it may be Duke. He's trying to worm his way back into her life. She's concerned that, because she really likes Dr. Buckner and she just doesn't know if Duke's trying to worm his way back in, and it's like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing with my life, But anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap it up right here. Let me know down below in the comments how you feel about Rick and Shari being together. How do you feel about Duke being single now? There could be a possibility that he's after Shari again. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts, predictions down below in the comments. Also, stay tuned for the day in the life of coming tomorrow, 3 p.m. New Zealand Standard Time. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, lovelies.